Good morning, Off the Gridders. Brian from Online Land Sales calling with another edition of Off the Grid, daily motivational and technical training for off the grid living. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about extreme cold. Extreme cold is a killer. It's called the deceptive killer when it comes in a fast storm because it kills a lot of people sort of invisibly and people don't understand why. A lot of the deaths aren't directly related to the cold, but related on a secondary level, like automobile accidents, right? It's not that the freezing weather freezes the people to death, but it makes it difficult to travel, so more people end up dead and hurt. So what are some ways you can prepare for extreme cold weather? Well, first, let's take a look at what extreme cold weather is. I mean, it depends where you are in the country. Like 30 degrees in Florida any time of the year is a statewide emergency. But 25 degrees in New York in February is nothing. That's a warm day. People are wondering when it's going to get cold, right? That's a balmy day. So it depends where you are in the country, what constitutes an emergency, right? Because that's what you've built your life up to sustain and support. You have to consider the wind chill effect. Wind chill is creepy and it's hard to calculate. The lower the temperatures get, the more the wind chill has impact. For instance, if the temperature outside is, let's say, 20 degrees, right, and then we get a 20 mile per hour wind, the temperature might drop to 4 degrees outside, feel like 4 degrees. But let's say the temperature is 0 outside and you have that same 20 mile per hour wind, it feels like negative 22, right? So the colder, the more the wind chill has impact. Right? So it gets super dangerous, that wind, as it gets colder. Right? Keep that in mind. Right? What are the physical risks of the extreme cold? Well, one, hypothermia, right? That's when the body loses heat too quickly, right? Faster than it can generate. Right? Another condition is frostbite. That's where the skin is exposed to extreme temperatures and it freezes. Right? And then, of course, the other great risk in extreme cold weather is transportation, right? Over 500,000 motor vehicle accidents result from winter weather each year, right? These same winter storms knock down power lines, shut down the power grid, leaving millions of people without power. If you're not prepared and you're without heat, you're going to be cold. So how do you prepare for extreme cold? You should have an extreme cold weather survival kit. That kit should contain a minimum of 3 days worth of food. You guys have that, you guys are off the gridders. You should have a minimum of 5 gallons of water for each person in the household. You should have all your medication ready, fuel for your non-electric heat sources, right? Blankets, fire extinguishers, flashlights, batteries, right? Battery-powered radio, snow, shovel, rock, salt, right? List of important phone numbers, all right? And then how you prepare your home. Clean your gutters, inspect the chimney, check the smoke detector, right? Have a thermometer outside that you can read from the inside so you know how cold it is outside. Right? That's about all we have to say today. Stay warm out there. I mean, we can add a little bit about clothing. When you head outside of your warm dwelling, you want to make sure you dress in layers. You want a base layer that's moisture wicking, right? You want a mid layer that's loose and insulative, and then an outer layer that's more of a shell, protects you from the elements, the wind, and the rain, right? You want to be able to breathe in these clothes. You don't want to have your clothes get wet when you're in the cold, right, with your sweat. So breathability is extremely important, and dressing in layers is extremely important in cold weather. Things change fast in the humidity and the temperature, even on a cold day. So dressing in layers is very important. You have to pay attention to your body. Just pay attention to how you feel. What's your body telling you? Are you shivering? That's a problem, right? If it doesn't stop, you got to go inside and get warm, right? If you're feeling strained or working slower or exerting yourself too much, it can be very dangerous. On the heart, people have heart attacks in the cold weather, even very healthy people, right? So be very careful. Don't overexert yourself in the cold weather, right? And then, of course, frostbite and hypothermia are real concerns, right? So you need to look for the warning signs. Like a warning sign of hypothermia would be constant shivering or fumbling or slurring, confusion, exhaustion, or memory loss, right? The signs of frostbite would be, the extremities can hurt, they can turn red, right? As the condition progresses, the coloring turns white or grayish, Very dangerous. All right, you have to take care of that immediately. You need to seek medical attention and warm up that tissue slowly. All right, in your vehicle, have a separate emergency preparedness kit for winter. In the vehicle, a first aid kit, blankets, compass, kitty litter, or sand for traction. Right, tire chains, food, flashlight, batteries, and bright colored clothing to mark the vehicle in a snowstorm. All right, that's about all we're going to talk about today. Make sure to protect your livestock also from the extreme cold. Have a great day out there living off the grid. These sessions are not meant to be a one-stop shop for all of the knowledge under the subject heading. Today's heading is winter preparedness. I mean, we could talk for hours and days about this and still not cover all of the elements of winter preparedness. These sessions are meant to get you started, to get you motivated, right? To give you some technical information, but to get you started so you can get out there and find the rest if you need it. You can find it at eoffgrid.com. Come and visit us. Once again, this is Brian from Online Land Sales. Have a great kick-butt day out there. Improve your world, improve your off-the-grid land, improve your knowledge about off-the-grid living. Thanks so much for joining us.